She's like, girl, take your pants off. I was like, what? And we became friends, and we switched pants that day.
You and Michael Jackson switched pants?
Twice.
Virtual reality. Loren Ridinger, I am so excited to be here with you for Pub Week of the book.
Yes.
I mean, this is Pub Day, but it's coming out Pub Week.
Scrambled Or Sunny-Side Up. I'm so happy.
Yes. And can you let everybody know who's not familiar with the book yet
The
what
title.
the title is? Yeah.
Yes, I
it's such a
can.
cute story.
It's a great title, and it's so meaningful for me. But of course, your life gets scrambled after grief, and you can turn it sunny side up. But you know, every day my husband for 36 years would ask me, should I have my eggs scrambled or sunny side up? And for the first 10 years in our relationship, I thought, wow, how cool it is that he wants to know my opinion. Scrambled, one day it'd be sunny side up, another day scrambled. But after, 15 years, 20 years, you're like, yo, it's your stomach, it's your eggs. How do you want your eggs? And it became like an extra thing I had to do every day. Mm-hmm. And I didn't realize that it was actually his love language. His love language of wanting to have my opinion, wanting to know what color shirt he would wear that day or what color shoes he should wear. And so, I would do anything for him to ask me,
and I
feel
how
he should have his eggs today.
That's such a through line for y'all's relationship that you wrote about in the book, because you guys are really, that just sums up the partnership you guys had with every step of the way.
Yeah, we built this incredible community. He built belief in so many thousands of people in our business. But the crazy thing is I didn't realize until after he passed how much he had changed my life. And, I think it's because we take for granted in the moment of how great our life is and how wonderful things are. And I did this with Jared. We didn't have anything when we met. We were both flat broke, came together. He was 18 years older than me. People didn't understand that in the beginning. Back in the day, age was a big thing. Today, nobody really cares. Yeah. And so it was a struggle to start with, but we ended up doing it together. And it was a beautiful journey of love and sacrifice and a lot of blood, sweat, and tears.
I love that. And I mean, to write a book in the process of grief, about grief and everything, it's not an easy undertaking, but was it healing?
Very healing. Okay. It was very healing. It wasn't easy.
Yeah.
I actually, my friend Mary had told me to start a journal, and I had never written in a journal before. And I think the more I wrote in the journal, the more, because the first year you kind of forget everything. Mm-hmm. You're so lost in this deep haze, this deep cloud of, I'm in so much pain, I don't know any way to see the sun again. But then, when the stories start to come to you and the moments come to you, you start writing them down. By the end of that journal, and I still write in it, you have a book. Yeah. And it was really an incredible way for me to document our story. And I think it's so many lessons. You don't have to lose someone to understand the book. I think if you've lost yourself along the way, it's a really great book for somebody to help find themselves, to look for the things. Because, we're so often waiting for somebody to come to our rescue. Mm-hmm. And they're not. And they're not. It has to be us.
How have you found a way through all this to start to rescue yourself after the loss?
I think I have. I think I've learned to realize that grief will never leave. Mm-hmm. And when you know that, and you can embrace it and realize that grief is just a form of love, a great love. And that when you realize that grief is love, then you can learn to navigate no matter what, knowing it won't go away. But you also have to say to yourself, I can do this. I've got to hold myself accountable. I got to believe in myself. I've done this before. I can do it again. This is what he would want me to do. And so I think I've really had to learn who I am all over again, because, you don't have that person pushing you to do that. And so it's been a journey, and it's been an incredible journey of the most challenging times. But I'm happy that, by the first chapter, we're totally different, Loren, than the last chapter.
And I think it's also beautiful that you see that development in the book, because also with grief too, it's something where I feel a lot of times people who don't always experience it don't know how to help with it. You know what I mean?
Well, I was angry. I was upset. I was mad. I was sad. I had so many emotions, and I didn't have a way to release them. And the book was a good way for me to share, because so many people have said it's really hard. There's several chapters are really hard, very transparent, very real. I didn't hold back.
I was going to ask, were there moments was there anything you almost didn't put in the book? Because you know what I mean? That you're like,
what's amazing? I really let my feelings out on these pages. I really let myself come to life on these pages. And it was a beautiful journey to watch how I had developed over time. Mm-hmm. And I was proud of myself by the end of it, because I was struggling. I was really struggling. We had already built this hugely successful company. It was our time to enjoy. It was mine and JR's time to take a step back and say, you know what, let's take care of Loren and JR. And I had to rediscover myself again. I had to find my purpose again, which was still helping people as we had done all those years, but I had to help me this time. And I had never thought, I was the Dear Abby, the one to go to. I was the person that people leaned on. And now I needed people to lift me back up. It was a beautiful journey along the way, as hard as it was.
And I mean, so many people are going to relate to this book and love this book. It is, even the cover itself is star-studded, because I'm looking right now, Alicia Keys and Jamie Foxx on the back.
Yes. Well, you know, Alicia was such an incredible sister through this. You know, she would come every week in the summertime after JR passed and spend the night. We'd have a sleepover party. And, you know, Serena wrote the foreword of the book, Serena Williams, which wasn't she great at Super Bowl, by the way?
I was like, only the dance was on the foreword.
I know, I was like, I know. It was like, I was so proud of her when I saw that the other day. I was like, oh my God, she killed it. But, you know, she went through a pulmonary embolism, and she had experienced what JR died of. And so she was really there for me right as soon as JR had passed away. And his last story on Instagram was about Serena at the U.S. Open. So, you know, we're all a very big circle of family and friends. And, you know, Jamie Foxx has been such an incredible, you know, friend. They've all come together. Alicia planned the entire celebration of JR's life, organized it all, told everybody what to do, where to be. And she really took that off my plate. And I will, you know, forever love her and be grateful.
That's the beautiful thing, because you do need those people that really show up and do what you don't even think to ask during that time, you know what I mean?
Exactly, and I'm not the type to ask. So the funny thing is I was always the one who was like giving, but they gave me back so much at a time I didn't ask for it, but when I really needed it. And I think that's when you really figure out who your tribe is, when you know that people come together and say, don't think about this, don't worry about this, we got you. And they planned the most beautiful celebration, and it was gorgeous with my daughter Amber and my grandkids and all my friends. And I think that, you know, I was able to take that journey that I've been on and really, you know, look at it over 36 years and say, okay, what did I learn from all this? And I think there were so many messages along the way that, you know, JR wrote me 5,000 love letters. And, you know, there is a lost art in writing, you know.
And also, when I started to see the video, I thought you were, like, over-exaggerating the 5,000. Like, oh, no, they're all there.
They're all in the book and the big trunk that I have. And I think that, you know, we don't do that anymore. And I think there's something that's so important about that. And also that, you know, deciding that one person can believe in you, and that can be you. It could be the person looking in the mirror. It could be the person that you've got to root yourself on. You've got to say, you know what, I can do this. I can be whatever I want to be. And that's what really comes through in the book.
I love that. And also what I love, because whenever someone comes in, I always Google their name with page 6, which sometimes is a freaky thought.
That's scary.
It's scary. But for you, it's so fun, because what I love is that I was like, what was she doing with J-Lo? Oh, dancing in pajamas.
Dancing,
That's
yes.
a very harmless page 6 headline, which is good,
no,
right?
it's true. That's harmless. No, it was easy. Page 6 has been easy on me, thank God.
Okay, yes, well,
yes, we love page 6.
Oh my God, good. But I love that you and J-Lo are such rocks for each other,
you know, she has been such an incredible friend for me through this, and a longtime friend, one of my longest friends. And, you know, she was going through her own grieving time at the same time. So, you know, at the beginning of the book, you know, we're going to the wedding. And the end of the book, we're dealing with her grief. And I think that, you know, together we were able to lift each other up, which was remarkable. She's so strong. She's amazing.
That is kind of the through line that I love, though, is that what you're saying, grief can be
You don't have to lose somebody to go through grief. You can lose a marriage. You can lose somebody that you love. You can lose a longtime friend and have an argument. And I think the thing is that there's so many reasons, so many lessons in this book, and I'm just really looking forward to sharing that with so many people.
Did you, because you, like you said, the book kind of starts with also like her journey and everything. Was there like a thing you guys would always tell each other? Like, is there like for anyone dealing with something at home, like, did you guys have like a phrase or a piece of advice you'd go back to?
No, it's just, you know, I would always get a message from Jennifer, even in tough times, that she would say, you know, today's going to be great for us. We've got the whole future ahead of us. Things are going to be great for us. And I think in times where, you know, you can't really change your circumstances, you really need to hear that. I think it's so important to have friends in your life who lift you up. And that's where, you know, the rubber meets the road, right? Where you know who your tribe is, who your group is, who's looking out for you. And you know, she would always send me, she must have FaceTimed me 20 times a day when I had lost JR, because she had she was worried. You know, you go through it a lot, and so she's always found a way to bring out the sunshine. She's always found a way to lighten the load and see the rainbow through the clouds, and I really look up to her for that. It's amazing.
Well, I feel you also help people do that a lot, because I feel that is also, when you're talking about that, I feel like you're explaining your skill.
I think it's all of our superpower. I think it's our superpower in our group. I think about Alicia, who is always so inspiring with people. Jennifer's so inspiring. Serena, you know, the goat of all goats, just incredibly inspiring, care about people, and that's what makes me so blessed. I have such a beautiful tribe.
That also, I was like, that's a brunch squad everybody wants to join us. Like, where did this like what?
And many years ago, I met Serena when I was probably just about 30. We were having dinner with Michael Jackson, her and I. Can you imagine what a story that was?
I'm gonna need that book.
Well, he actually asked me to change pants with him that day. Serena and I die laughing over it. He's like, I have to have those pants. You have to let me try those pants on. And she's like, girl, take your pants off. I was like, what? And we became friends, and we switched pants that day.
You and Michael Jackson switched pants?
Yes, twice. 2 different times, 2 different dinners that week. Yeah, it was amazing.
Wait, okay, so this was,
I still have those pants somewhere. I've got to find them.
What pants?
But yes, they weren't as nice as mine at the time, I have to say. Mine were like Dolce & Gabbana runway, and he was like, I'll take those, you know. I'm sure his were like special. They were Michael Jackson's pants. So
yeah, you're like, that was
good. I was fine.
That is so
She was
funny.
like, Serena's like, take the pants off and switch. My husband's like, are you nuts? I was like, it's Michael Jackson.
And Serena's
what
telling
do
me
I
to
do? She's telling me to do it, so I did it.
Where was this dinner?
This was at an incredible friend of ours' house, the Malnick's house in Palm Beach. It was remarkable. That's when he had his babies, his like Blanket and Paris. They were all babies back then. It was a long time ago. And we've been friends that long, and we have so many great stories of laughter and happiness and sadness. We've shared it all. So, and you know, she lost her sister, which is another thing. You know, she lost her sister through a horrible, you know, drive-by. So I think, you know, the understanding of loss and grief is just so overwhelming. And when you've been there, you kind of really know what you can help your friends deal with and expect in the future.
And I mean, I'm talking to you on the pub day, but I feel like this book is going to resonate a lot with people. Can you predict what overwhelming response you're going to get? You know what I mean? Because like, are you already starting to get some messages from people from the previews? You know what I mean?
Yes. I mean, I've gotten so many messages from my friends who are really inspired, or, you know, people have gotten an advance copy will say like, okay, we're going to start writing more letters. You know, we're going to start being, you know, more aware, you know, because Jared would write and he'd be right in front of me. I'm like, why are you writing me? I'm right here. You can talk to me. He's like, nope, I'd rather just write it to you and let you know how I feel. And I think that those are the messages that I will be so grateful I've had forever and be able to share with, you know, my own children, my grandchildren forever. But I think that the messages are that overall you want to be a better person. You want to see things for what they really are. We overreact. We have a tendency not to see the people that we love right in front of us, and we're looking for the majority to give us approval rather than the minority, or rather than just us. And I think that's what's in the book. And at the end, it really comes down to me. It really comes down to me and what I'm willing to do, and if I'm willing to step up. And you know, JR showed me everything I needed to do with an incredible community of people, but now it was my turn to step out in the light, and that's what happens. And so I'm just blessed, and the friends that I've had along the way to help promote the book and support the book, I'm just forever grateful.
I love that. And because I feel like you poured so much of your heart into this book, but did the process make you want to write more?
Yes.
Are you already brainstorming?
I'm already in the process of a second book. So yes, I think we'll do a trilogy, but we're in the process of a second book. And it's you know, there's some beautiful lessons for us all to learn. Like, you know, we were always going to write a book on how to keep together a great marriage. You know, how to have a conversation with the person you love at home. You know, that's something we all miss. It's like, you know, we always react, and it's not always in the most positive way. So we got to find a way to find the patience, find the time to make it happen. What's more important than what you're dealing with and who you love? And so that's what it really comes down to. And how to fix yourself, how to go within and say, you know what, I haven't done what I need to do. I need to show up for me. I need to hold myself accountable. I need to do these things. And even in pain, you can do the things that you need to do in order to show up for yourself. And I think, you know, what you'll see in the book is I really segregate my professional life and my personal life. And I really rate them every day on a 1 to 10. Where am I? Where's my head with professionally? Today, I feel like I'm an 8. Personally, I may feel like a 4, but if I don't commingle them, I don't have to reduce the number on either side. You know, I can just keep improving, and that's where I'm at. I'm really focused on my growth. And if you're not growing, you're not living.
right, are you still craving a little more tea? Evan, tell them where to go.
Make sure to like and subscribe to Page 6 YouTube to check out all of our exclusive virtual reality interviews and more.